Let's go.
What is up, people? It is June 30th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or EDT. People like to tell me, not EST, EDT, which is an erectile dysfunction thing. Nobody wants ED or ED in anything. Here we are. It is Chartapalooza weekly. Every single week, I take chart requests from my amazing paid Wolf Den newsletter subscribers. You can read about that in the description. They send me their requests. I look at the charts and try to get out my crystal ball and predict the future. Charts are tough for predicting the future, especially when the market looks like it has of late, which is a aggressive chop fest with alts slowly drifting down against the Bitcoin machine. But first, I have to say, as you can see here, Cosmos, amazing sponsors. They've been amazing sponsors for 3 months. The Cosmos community, they've sponsored the podcast and these Wednesday live streams. And today is our last day together. But I will support them until the end of time because I believe that what Cosmos is doing is extremely important and is extremely impressive. And as I've said many times, I really think that interoperability is the future, and they're the ones who are offering that. Making all blockchains work together seamlessly. What they're building is incredible, and I wish them nothing but the best moving forward. They have been just the best partners. And so that's been super sweet. Hello, Scott. Hi, Scott. Hello, viewers. Everyone's saying hi to each other. E started climbing. Victoria says, amazing crypto potato interview. I would like to eat a crypto potato. I don't know what that is, but whatever, trumpets, let's go. You know how we do it at the beginning. So yeah, guys, Cosmos, they've been absolutely incredible. So listen, the market went up for a couple days, and it kind of went down today. And once again, we're all panicking, and now it's kind of going up again. But what's really happening is nothing. Sideways, boring, brutal, headache invoking, patience testing, sideways chop fest of chop suey-ish chop festiness. It looks like crap. Not like crap. That's not fair. It just looks like nothing. It's just doing nothing. Going up, it's going down. But listen, Bitcoin has basically traded around 36K and to varying degrees for the last 6 weeks. And that's kind of what is happening right now. It's fine. It is totally fine. Whatever. Right now, the best thing you can do is save your money, protect your downside. Risk management is all that matters. And sometimes it's better to sit on your hands and just keep your money. I mean, because like Kendrick Lamar said, right? Money trees is the perfect place for shade. You gotta sit under your money trees right now. Don't gotta grow more trees. Just sit under your money trees because they're the perfect place for shade. Just chill right now under your money tree. That's what we got to do. Volume still looks like poo-poo. Yeah, I said poo-poo in a video, I think, yesterday. It was weird. It just came out. I let him hold on to it, though. Let him hold on to it. Staying away from the trading, just observing the market and hodling did great for me these days. It's what you do. It's what you do. If you have a money twig, you plant that twig and it becomes a tree. I mean, listen, tomorrow is July 1st, almost Independence Day, the day that we do the independence in our independent pants, but hopefully not independence pants because that means you're old and incontinent or whatever. But yeah, if you have a money twig, you park it somewhere and you allow it to grow into a money tree. And July 1st, the 1st is my favorite day of the month personally, because I have a whole bunch of money parked on Voyager, USDC, and Bitcoin, and I get my interest. It's like the best day of the month on the 1st. You get all that interest. Love your insight. I'm a Philly native. By any chance, you remember the Goats, the band in Philly? Yeah, I remember them. I was around. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, dude, water that twig. Twigs become trees. I can tell you this. I had until 10 years ago, I had inverted twigs. I was broke, man. Debt, week. I did all the wrong things my whole life. But hey, you're all here to look at charts, right? Look at charts. So guys, I will not be seeing a lot of your comments because I got like 30 charts here to do. And these are all requests from before by paid subscribers. Therefore, I will not be looking at the chat and taking your things. Dude, inverted twig is also a physical disorder. It's a problem. You do not want to have an inverted twig. It's even worse than 1 inch. So listen, let's just take a very quick look at Bitcoin because this monthly channel I've been talking about this, the month closes today. This looks, if it ends up anywhere around here, just like this kind of went a little bit above. This looks like it's holding support with a nice little hammer downwick. This is how we get those 6-figure targets, but I don't see anything too terrible here on the monthly. And the 4-hour was a nice little fake out there above 36K, but look, we're just going around 36K. Look how long it's all 36K to some degree, like, right? I mean, it's just so whatever. I don't see anything of any significance happening at the moment in that degree. I think we did have some divergence, but whatever. Okay, so I do chart requests, but somebody requested a quick primer on hidden divergences. So I thought I would just pull up this little cheaty sheety right here and let you stare at elite trader Dan Patrick as featured on CNBC, stockmarketmentor.com. No, I'm not endorsing that. That's an ad on wherever I open this. So please ignore me. But yeah, these are all the kinds of divergences. Here's a cheat sheet. So we all know our regular divergences. Bearish divergences are always measured on tops. Bullish divergences always on bottoms, right? So you have price in the blue and your indicator in the red. It can be RSI, it can be anything else. Hidden divergence. So obviously a bullish divergence, you have a higher low on RSI or your indicator and a lower low on price, showing increased buying interest or divergence while price continued to go down, meaning it's likely to pop up. Hidden divergence is the opposite. And hidden divergences are meant for continuations, not reversals. That's the most important thing to remember. But it'll be a lower low on your oscillator, higher low, or a lower high and a higher high if you're looking on the bearish side. So basically they're used for continuation. For me, like if we have a bear div like this, I'm looking for a hidden bullish divergence to basically cancel that bear div and look for likely continuation up. So it acts as continuation in the direction of the trend, but also can cancel the div in the opposite direction. I hope that helps. Exaggerated divergence is when you have equal highs or lows on one of them, right? So a hidden divergence is not a reversal signal. When you see them in a reversal context, it's probably not going to work. And they've been relatively weak signals even for continuation. Hope that helps. Let's move on to the charts. First, Algo USDT. Well, I haven't opened this in a long time, but very clear we need to just pull that over here. That is daily demand from this move up, which is seemingly kind of holding. I don't know what. Look at, I mean, you look at the old charts, higher highs and lows, I'm assuming is what I was showing. So that was a beautiful trend there. It was beautiful. Now, I mean, we just have this kind of interesting, okay, I'm going to pull that actually. Pull all this off because this is really interesting. Is that we have a range and it looks like we had a deviation below, but are now trying to trade back up in the range. Okay, so we're pulling the range high here from the very high and then the next low. And you can see price went all the way back up. So we went slightly below here and now it's flipping this range back to support. This is Algo against USDT. Now, once again, when the USDT pairs look decent, it's a signal that Bitcoin's likely to go up as well, because if Bitcoin drops, we all know that USDT pairs are going to drop like stones. If you draw this, I would say is the very clear trend line. If you're a descending resistance type person, 1, 2, 3 perfect touches. So for me, the signal we're going back up would be a break of this line. I wouldn't touch it until then. We have a little ascending wedge here, right? Kind of across here, but this is sort of your micro, it's daily, but this is your like little, it's really steep, but this is kind of your little support, right? 1, 2, 3 touches confirms right there, basically. So, if you break down that one, you're also losing the range, then you're probably heading down to other levels. Maybe here is really the only last time, something like that. Hard to tell. Not like Nas said, where it ain't hard to tell. I excel and prevail. One of the greatest records of all time. It ain't hard to tell. I'm trying to find where I would. That's definitely a level. This is definitely a level. Where was that? What did I do? Sure. Right there. Okay. If it drops, those are your levels. If it breaks out of here, you're looking at the EQ at $1.24 and then the top of the range. That's my view on Algo USDT, and you are not going to convince me otherwise. Now, Anchor is on the other side. Anchor and Bitcoin kind of looking similar. I don't know what these lines are. Let's see if they're valid. I'm just going to delete some stuff because if we go back down there, we'll reevaluate. Fair. Here's your big demand zone off this candle. So that's cool. Right? Just lost the range, pumped back in and doing kind of the same thing. Now, these technically that we should, these should have been breakdowns. This would have been a short. So you can see how technical analysis tends to fail us sometimes. But technically, that's what we should have been looking at. And this is kind of interesting, actually, because that looks like it broke through on slightly increased volume. I mean, look at how dead the volume is, though, compared to anywhere before, and kind of retested. So maybe this heads back up if it holds this. Right now is actually a very good risk-reward play, though, because I wouldn't trade it. I'm not trading anything. But like if you took a long here, maybe you put your stop below these lows. Not right at them, a bit below them. Listen, the safest stop is below these lows. Okay, but that just doesn't really give you the risk reward. So I would take a small position, and you have a 5.67 risk reward ratio here up to the here. And if you go to the top, you're looking at 11.73. Maybe you front run that EQ a little bit. But actually at support here, that's pretty decent ROI, but like understanding you might get stopped out. And then listen, so like then you start saying, maybe I put my stop here. You have a 1.23, not great. And the problem is like you put your stop here and then you fear it. And you're like, well, it could bounce here because this is a clear demand zone off this candle. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to put it here. And then you're like, oh, no, but there's a support there. And then you put it here. And then you look over here and you go, holy shit, look at all that support. You got to pick your battles, which is why you just take the riskier trade, I think, with a slightly tighter stop and a really small position size. So you don't care if you lose. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I just came back to the quote. Does the interest get added there by increasing? Yes, it compounds, and it compounds monthly. So you have 10% a year, but you get a payment each month, which compounds for the next month. So it ends up being 11, 12% at least, I would say. Oh, guys, he's here. Future Unchanged, he's here. I saw his comment. He's here. All right, let's keep going. We got a lot of charts to get through. About 30 charts. Adam. Don't know what I was drawing there. Kind of looked like a penis-y type situation. Maybe. I would put that here, maybe. Doesn't really matter. If we widen that, see what that looks like. Ooh, yeah. That's what we're looking at. On the Atom USD. It's really interesting. Look at that support off this wick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 candles have interacted with that support before it went up. That, if you were on a line chart, I wouldn't call this a double bottom because of this wick. On a line chart, this would be a double bottom. But either way, the neckline of that double bottom is a clear resistance here, right? So I would say if this comes down to here, that's where you're looking for it, because this looks like a move up, shooting star into resistance. See that candle? Bad. When it's followed like that, shooting star into resistance, that's rejection. Then you look to buy on a retrace. This would be the natural place to do that. So you're either buying here, or you're waiting for a move up and flipping the EQ with a target of the top of the range. Not saying that's actually how it plays out, but that's the strategy. There's going to be other resistance areas, of course. Like this-ish, something like that. Could be here, you know, I don't know. Right there, depending on how you want to draw it. Yeah, something like that. That lines up all the way to these highs as well. You know, nothing goes up in a straight line, but that's how I would approach this. But the safest is to make sure you're trading in the top half of the range. I'm going to sneeze. What's that? You got allergies, bro. Whew. Sorry. That's my view on Atom. My beloved, amazing sponsors. Thank you. AVAX adding USDC is going to be running on AVAX now. Did you guys see that news? Adding 10 blockchains for USDC. Pretty sweet. I think it's currently on 4 and they're adding like 10. I mean, then I can leave that, but we're going to be worrying about it for a while. That's your key supply zone, right? Before the major droppage. It's interesting here. It's kind of holding support. It really flirting with a drop because then you're looking at down here. If it breaks, you would think if it breaks these lows, you'd be going down here, but it kind of held up here. I would say that this has a little bit of a ascending triangle vibe, actually. Let's see it on the 4-hour. Nah, more of an ascending wedge again, which is less bullish. Something like this. Not that these don't break up all the time, because they do. But 50 MA on the 4-hour right there. So I would say, I was thinking maybe you had a flat top here and had an ascending triangle. I mean, you clearly are going to have resistance all through here from this wick up to this wick. So you already got one of them. Let's go back to the daily. Let's see if we can get a clean descending line. This is the top of this move, so. Maybe a breakout and retest of support here. Doesn't look bad. I like that it's holding this because these lows on the weekly, it held those lows with a wick. Oh, you look at it on the weekly, you draw a line here. That's really nice. And then you see that it's a gap down to $3 if it loses it. Right? Kind of like it here. But again, you have to think, if Bitcoin goes up here, this will go up. But like when we were looking at them, was it yesterday? And I was like, a lot of them seem to be breaking their descending resistance. Still looks that way, even though they kind of fell. Like even Doge and ICP, which I was looking at yesterday, which kind of looked ugly now today, still are going to head up if Bitcoin heads up. But yeah, I think that this is actually buyable right around here. That would be a nice retest, but very risky. The good news is like, you go below this like 930 or something, you don't want to touch this. So pretty close in validation. Band, B bands, make her dance. Well, that never broke the range highs and got to where we were looking for. So nothing there. Same thing. Like same kind of, I'm going to get rid of all this. Go find some new lines. So you had a range from here. You could even say to here, but I would have said to here. No, this is, bet there was a bear div there. I bet. Yeah, massive. See, higher highs, lower highs. Ugly. You got a big bull div here though on the daily. But then, then followed by hidden bearish divergence. There you go. See, bull div from this low to this low, then hidden bearish divergence from this high to this high. Higher high in the oscillator, lower high. So I'd say RSI is moot at this point. That would indicate continuation down. Oh, wait. I didn't see that I cut this wick. Did I draw that on the 4-hour? What am I doing here? Let's go into the 4-hour. Ignore me. See if we can get some better insight here. Yeah, I don't know. No, I think it's more like that. I don't think this is broken out yet. So please ignore what I said before. It's hard to do charts live because you end up playing yourself. You played yourself. Played yourself. That and this. Right? Nice to see it holding there, but you're coming into resistance right here. Right? Because look, that's also this high right here. See? See that? Resistance, support, wick, support, breakdown strong right through it, and now strong resistance. I would trade this over $6.09 and not touch it otherwise. So a break of this and a flip. Banned. BNB, I think I put this in the newsletter yesterday. I said it's got to close above this EQ of this red channel. Didn't do it. And getting rejected at this descending line, which is super disappointing, but maybe this closes the day above. It wouldn't take much, $4 more. But I would say this looks still pretty good to me. It just got to get above this EQ and then can head up with these all as targets. Really straightforward. Really straightforward. Let's see if we zoom in, if we can see anything. Same thoughts. I mean, you could draw a line here, but it'll be steep, and I don't like that. It's only 2 touches, really. Yeah, I think BNB looks fine, but it's flirting with it. I would wait till the daily close. I would just wait till you see a day close over this EQ around $300, basically above $300. Cake. That song by Rihanna that just says the word cake a lot. I don't want to like be egotistical. I feel like I could have written that song. Cake. Hey, any other words? I mean, it's like that Cardi B song. Emmy, my wife, she hates that song. So it just says one word over and over. And I'm up, and you're up, and we're up, and then up, and then up, up. I can write a song that says, and I'm up, and I'm up, and I'm up, and I'm up, over and over and over again. I'm confident in my writing skills. Oh, something like that. Right? Something badish. And I'm up, and it's up, and you're up, and we're up, and then up, and a dip, and a dip, you dip, we dip. And I'm up. There's really nothing to see here. This is, by the way, BUSD. That was the only chart I could get. Someone requested cake USDT, or USD or something. I would say this level, that level, and right where price is right now. So listen, a lot of these are running into that same resistance, right? Didn't band just look exactly like that? So I would say get above these, then you can start worrying about it. Otherwise, maybe bid $9.48. Comp, where are you, bro? Oh, snip. This is like one of my favorite patterns. I like to call it let me see if I can. It's like the Loch Ness Monster pattern. Kind of looks like a pony. I used to call it the Loch Ness Monster, though. For some reason, to me, this pattern looks like the Loch Ness Monster. Oh, that's not what I want. I do not want that. No, I don't want that. Oh my God. Stop making me do it. This is where you want to buy comp if you can get it. $270.94. Got an ascending support. You're disappointed that this broke because you were like, that's it. We made it. We didn't make it. We're not making it. We never made it. Right? So that's resistance now. And then you got to start looking at this area. I'd buy it here. Hope for a drop to 270, but that requires Bitcoin to drop. We don't want Bitcoin to drop. That'd be terrible. Let's look at it on the daily. Okay. Once again, a breakout. Nice. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, well, look at all these lines. I never know what they're doing in there. And them up. And them up. And them up. Cake, 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 cake. Okay, so 2 days ago, serious volume. One of the biggest volume days in comp trading history on a breakout. I kind of like that, but that candle's bad. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, in theory, you have a breakout on volume, so you want to just buy dips. Serious volume. Dropping on lower volume, which means it's consolidation, not a true sell-off unless you see volume increasing. So yeah, I would try to buy 270, if not at least above this line. Above this line, you start talking, start cooking. Just coming back over here to your comments real quick. Y'all are just still over here commenting on stuff and asking for things. No, I've never heard of that. I have no idea. Oh, guys, there's some. Oh, you guys are like spamming over here about this Ultimo GG. Please stop. There's a fake Telegram group with like 130,000 people in it that is in my name and has all my profile stuff, and it's a complete scam. Really disgusting. So, guys, watch out for Telegram. I do not have a Telegram channel. None, zero, not one. I posted about it on Twitter in case you missed it. So, see something real quick. All these kind of look like the break. This is Salesforce CRM. This is a stunk. This is a stunk. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. Looks like it's headed to $270. Breakout, retest, nice volume on the move. Should be heading here, ultimately $284. Pretty simple. This is actually probably a bull flag. All right, let's do something fun. It looks more clear. Right. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, that's a really beautiful bull flag breaking out. So you're going to like this. You're going to like this a lot. Flagpole, logarithmic target from the breakout, $399 from 244. CRM, technically, I have no idea what Salesforce really does, or maybe their company goes bankrupt tomorrow because charts don't tell you that. But that looks really good. That's your setup, and you've got the breakout already. Dia, cha-cha-cha. Yeah, cha-cha-cha. Yeah, cha-cha-cha. I had an alarm on that. Never went off. These charts, man. It's disgusting. They still haven't reset enough, in my opinion, to know what's going on with any of these coins. This is what I would say kind of jumps out at me. Is this. Dia, cha-cha-cha. Dia, cha-cha-cha. Something like that. You don't have the second touchdown, so it's unconfirmed. Touchdown. But the resistance is what matters. And you're flipping sort of the EQ of this thing. What does my watch say? Telling me about my groceries. Telling you, man, Emmy bought me this watch. So I like go running without my phone and stuff. And it tells me all kinds of things. Blood oxygen levels, a heart rate at any given moment. I feel healthier. I feel healthier. Had a physical today. They said I was strong like bull. They're like, damn, dude. 44. You've got the body of a 42-and-a-half-year-old. Congratulations. Dia, I would wait for a break of this channel, but definitely got to get above $125 because this looks a little bit sending wedgie down here. I mean, you got to drop consolidation. You don't want to see a drop, so we want to see a breakout to the upside. Hey, Scott, is it a good time to dollar cost average? You know what the beauty of dollar cost averaging is? It's literally a strategy that requires no timing. You just do it. But so it's always a good time to dollar cost average. That's the point. But a 50% correction, generally a really good time to dollar cost average. So yes. Yeah, Adam C. Got my labs back as an aging raver, and they were super healthy. I was shocked. Well, they didn't scan our brains, right? Like maybe if they did like a CAT scan, or they scanned our cats, or MRI or PET scan, they'd be like, well, why do you have Swiss cheese in your brain? I don't know, because we partied, man. That EDM music puts holes in the head. Yeah, DOT hasn't changed. I would just wait for a break of this line. I wouldn't touch it otherwise. I know, whatever, but that's the reality here. You know, gotta wait for a break of this line. I'm gonna go ahead and put an alarm on that for myself. Nothing to see on DOT right now. That's a strong resistance. Can't trade it below that, in my opinion. ETH, USD. I've been posting this like mad since it was here. When I was saying, please buy me. I'm $1,723. I'm so cheap. Well, made it all the way almost to the mid range, just like Bitcoin, and kind of getting rejected there. So this is where you want to buy ETH. If you believe in the dip, 2042 if you believe it's going up, because that's support, resistance, 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 breakthrough. Hasn't been tested as support. That's how I'd view ETH. Ultimately, if you flip this area around 2270, we're going to 3,000 in theory. But 4 hour did touch overbought. So maybe it slowly goes sideways, eventually gets back to oversold, come back. But you do have hidden bullish divergence. We've been talking about it, right? Either from here or here, you have a lower low on RSI and a higher low on price. That means you should see continuation. It's like the lessons are right there for us if we only want to learn them. Hey man, your heart is doing great. Your brain looks bad, man. Looks pretty bad, your brain. Right? I don't know why, Scott. I just want to punch you in the face, but I can't stop listening to you either. It's so weird, irritating, yet interesting. Carry on. There's a cure for that, which is close your eyes and listen. Don't look at my face. Yeah. Don't look at my face. There's people who like my face. There's people who find my face punchable. There are people in the world who but yeah, I like look at their face and it looks like one of those faces you just kind of want to slap. So like, I'm not going to blame anyone for viewing me that way. It's fine. I don't want you to slap me or whatever you said. That wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be cool. So, yeah, I mean, again, this is coming into strong resistance. Strong. You got to get through that. If you do, your target's up here, right? With resistance here. Ish. Remember, resistance lines are just ideas. So yeah, you're at resistance right now as well. Horizontally, I would say. Something like this. I don't know. Yeah, that's messy, but yeah, break the blue line, get above like 0.0068, and then we could talk about heading up to here, and you'll find resistance here, and then all the way back up, ultimately. Eyes wide shut. Yeah, where we can wear the masks with the big noses and the creepy eyes and do eyes wide shut. Emmy said, hey, CY, go fuck yourself. I love his face. Just thought I should point that out for you guys. She likes my face. But it's fine. I mean, can't all love everyone. Yeah, like your wife will beat his ass for you. Haha, love everything you do, buddy. Thank you, Paul. And yes, Emmy is not to be... No, she is a force of nature to be reckoned with. That's all I would say. I would much rather fight me than fight her if I were another person who is not me and had the choice. She does not play. So look, I mean, you got this. Don't talk shit when my wife is here. This is where you're bouncing from. Got some resistance through here. She's protective of my face. Protective of my face. Okay, what are we looking at? KSM USDT. I don't know, man. Doesn't look great. This I don't like. In the words of Chief Keef, that's that shit I don't like. I will not say the rest of the words of that song because they're inappropriate, but this is not what you want to see. So this was pretty good, right? Increasing volume pump, but this is a bit of a shooting star on increasing volume and then increasing volume on the next sell-off. This will probably just go up and make me look stupid. But if you're looking at volume, this is price going down on volume going up, which means it's an actual downtrend, much like you saw here. A lot of volume sell-off. So I don't know if you really want to get in this. I would try to buy it lower, but then not buy it unless you get above these highs at 238. That's my thought. Decentraland, manna from the heavens. That's a cool line, I guess. I don't know. Oh my God, guys, there's a death cross coming. I don't really care about death cross. I'm kidding. You know, they all kind of look the same. It is what it is. Big old like descending wedge. Got to break that. So hard to find good horizontals when there's wicks everywhere. But I would say that is ultimately you got to get above there. And then this area, right? You always start hunting from the right and then you move left. It's like reading Hebrew. How many of you read Hebrew randomly? I don't know. Do you know that Hebrew is right to left? Because it is. I would wait till a break of this blue line. I'll even set an alarm on it myself. Yeah, I mean, all of these coins on these USD pairs had this big dip and are floating up on not impressive volume in sort of like ascending wedges. That should mean they go down eventually, but then some of them have broken up. We've got very mixed messages, I think. Where's Bitcoin? 34.6. All right. Matic bounced off support today, which we drew yesterday when price was up here. I said buy support or a flip of $1.25. So either you already were doing it and you bought here at like 107, cool, or you're waiting for this. Then you're going to, and then maybe you get that. This is your real entry right here if you get it. When you flipped all of that and it's coming back up. But this is an ascending triangle. Let's look at it on the 4-hour. This is what you want. This is a stronger bottoming pattern, right? We've had all these ascending wedges. This is where you want to be. Right? Something like that. I mean, I guess on the 4-hour, it slightly broke. All you need is higher lows for a descending triangle and a flat top. So an ascending triangle, you take this low to here. Pull this up. So depending, doesn't matter, it's flat. So this gives you a target of 157 if you break 125, and that would push you through this line. So I like Matic here, actually. 107 where it just was, but the stronger move is above 125. Then you start talking about higher targets, this area. Will be resistance, $1.72. I mean, you got to be generally bullish on Polygon, Matic, Polymatic gone. Where has Polymatic gone? Right. Just get rid of noise. That's another support. I would want to hold this blue line and trail it up to higher targets. Mute WETH. Somebody asked for some Uniswap shit. I don't use 50 MAs generally, but that's super getting rejected right now. This is a silly chart. Silly chart. Oh, well, I guess kind of broke out. Technically, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. This chart is weird. Very little price action. So yeah, here's your lines, right? And it's right at that resistance. So if it breaks through that 0.00000 face 985,337,000, and you might be heading up here to 0.00015. Cool. NIO finally going back up. My nephew, who loves cars, he is autistic and has a photographic and phonographic memory. Remembers everything that he reads and everything that he hears. And I can honestly say I think he knows every fact about every car in existence because he's obsessed with cars. And he told me that the NIO electric car was the fastest on some certain track in Germany in history. It's fastest electric car. Fun fact. Smartest human person I have ever met in my entire life. I mean, that's pretty clear, right? On the weekly. Let's look at it on the daily. Yeah, I mean, that's your line, bros. Something like that. Got to get above there. Don't even need these. Just eliminate those. Well, the Tesla Plaid didn't exist, first of all, at that time, but it was not it didn't say the fastest acceleration. It was the fastest on a certain track. And yes, it's pronounced Neo, but it's more fun to say NIO because look, it's not spelled like Neo. Neo. It's pronounced Neo, like the Matrix, which we are all living in if you ask Elon Musk and others. Yeah, if you break that line, you're heading up to the highs and beyond. Pretty straightforward for NIO. Perp. USDT, brand new kind of vibes going on here with this chart, but whoa, volume. Yowzers. Biggest volume except for the first day of trading. That's going up on real volume. Dang, bro. What is that? What are those? I don't know. Something like through here seems to be the key area. So this has got real volume. It's really going up fast. Went from $3. It basically doubled in 4 days. Kind of hard to FOMO into it now. So I would say buy the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Yeah. Or wait till it's above that line or whatever. But that's serious. I would buy the dip. What are you buying the dip? Yes, we are buying the dip, sir. Oh, there. This is what you're getting rejected at. I don't like that part of it, but that I like. So yeah, above 753, a close would be compelling. Above the blue line, even better for the perp. My wrist is blowing up. Riot. This is Riot Blockchain Miner. Listen, I was thinking about buying some of this very soon. I just haven't. But like, if mining is shutting down in China, don't we think that North American publicly traded mining companies should do exceptionally well? I think so. So listen, these are like trading Bitcoin on crack. So 80, this is down more than this dropped from $80 to $20 because of the correction to some degree. So much bigger drop than Bitcoin, but has more upside too. Miners have been like a leveraged ETF on Bitcoin. From a chart perspective, it's holding support, climbing here. We do have a nice little turn here of the 50, potentially MA. You really want to wait till you break this. But like, listen, if you think Bitcoin's going to go back up, this is a way to trade it effectively with leverage. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad idea, but knowing that the hash rate has dropped 50% and is about to get a minus 25% difficulty adjustment, buy miners, but that's your chart. Rune, we looked at it yesterday. Looks the same. Got to break this. Can even adjust that to here, maybe. Let's see. Doesn't matter. Wherever it was, fine. You got to break this descending line. Strong resistance. Get above these lines, head up. Otherwise, you're looking to buy dips. Really strong reaction at the bottom there, which is nice to see. What do we got before here? Yeah, and this is, like, look at this low. Right? You don't want to be below that. That was a hell of a buying opportunity, though, if you looked back, 450. Yeah, break that descending line for me is where this gets compelling. For now, nothing. Oh, Bitcoin going up a little bit? Fancy that. ETH exploding. Let's see. Is it really exploding, or are we just saying that to get me excited? ETH, we've been on that. Yeah, look at that. That was a trade that I shared in the newsletter. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Looks exploding-y. Explodey. Nice to see it outperforming Bitcoin so strongly when there's people out there who said maybe it'll outperform Bitcoin. I'm not naming names. I name names for something like that. Yeah, we looked at this yesterday too. Same. And yesterday ended up touching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times on that resistance. You got to get above that. Not interested until it breaks. And then for Solana, your target of that break would be $58 with resistance in this area. You can always, when in doubt, if you can't find something you want to trade, just pull some fibs. You can use those as targets. Always. Cool. Solana's got to break that line. Otherwise, buy the dip if you're into it. SRM. Wow, that's a death cross incoming, bro. It's over. It's dead crossed. Your death is crossed, man. Crossed your death. I mean, these lines are fine, but let's eliminate some noise here. Simpler, right? Don't trade it below $3.48. If it gets above that, maybe target 4 or something where these are going to act as resistance here. That whole area here. Don't care about that. And then you have sort of this descending pattern here, which a lot of them are doing, where they kind of leak down. Let's see. If that makes any sense. It makes some sense, but whatever. Something to this effect. Okay. So you got to get above 3, 4, and that will push you through that blue line if you do, and then you can talk about it. Bitcoin, nothing doing since yesterday, but it did flip this back and did just retest that. So that's pretty good on the daily. Anything above 237. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. But 278 is going to be a tough nut to crack right up here. This area. Anything around here. All this from here, like the two. You got a lot of supply right here after a strong sell-off on volume there. mean, really, you don't want to trade this till it's breaking here. Breaking bad, if you will. That line's kind of cool. I mean, you're really only targeting up here, though, like 270s. Not that exciting. I think you've got a new, fresh local support like this. You can exit if it breaks that down. And this is a little resistance right where we are. Let's see. Right there. I don't care about it on the 4 hour. The more you zoom in, the more noise you have, and it's hard to determine what's noise and what's signal. That's why larger time frames are much better. Large time frames with patience. I don't see much to trade here right now, but it is what it is. Coming back to your comments for a second. Porn NFT cryptos. Christopher Cross's career. I don't know what we're talking about, but that's funny. Sailing takes me away to where I'm going. Not to be confused with Chris Cross will make you jump. Christopher Cross. Christopher Cross. Yeah. Breaking news, Soros Fund Management, 28 billion AUM is now trading Bitcoin. Holy shit. Damn. Thank you, Emmy. Well, on crypto, I think 1 day up is higher time frame. On stocks, I basically trade weekly and monthly charts, ideally. But yeah, I think that anything below the daily is pretty much noise. You want to look for the biggest trends. What about BNB? Someone just said, I already looked at it. Catch up, bro. I don't know. Y-axis, somebody asked for this against USDT. There is no chart. I don't know. Yaxis. Uses his cousin Yaxis. Don't forget to pay your Yaxis. I don't know. This is against WETH, but this looks like butthole. Like, I mean, whatever this is, it's making a new all-time low right now. I wouldn't touch this with someone else's money. YF, I don't know what's happening here. Now, see, this one looks like it's breaking out. Right? Kinda, sorta, maybe. Flipping the 200 MA here on the daily. This should be targeting a $1.10, $1.11. This line is kind of ugly, but it makes sense in context of here. Here you go. Here's your support. Don't break it. Took your mom a long time to make it. Shake it. Don't break it. Took your mom a long time to make it. Everybody know that? Or is that just me? Shake it. Okay, let's clean this chart up first. I'm just gonna clean this up. It's at the golden cross for those who are counting, and price has gone down. But it's a golden cross, man. I don't know. Shake it. Don't break it. Took your mom a long time to make it. I don't know. Something like that. Want to get above there. I don't know, man. Tough one. I mean, really, you would try this here if you weren't looking at it now. It's just ugly. It's maybe there. Volume's crap. I wouldn't touch this for now. That's really the answer. It's all the charts. 254. Going to just come over here and yeah. It looks like butthole. Is that the newest shitcoin? I mean, that's a good pun, but I don't know. Soros has crashed things by shorting their bubbles, pushing the whole thing down. I mean, he crashed the pound, like literally a currency of the world, but I don't think that's what's happening here. I think he actually holds Bitcoin as a bit of a Bitcoiner. Scott, can you please do an update on Litecoin? Yesterday it looked good. Today retest. Yeah, that's fine because I did look at it yesterday, and I know that you are a staunch supporter of the things that I do. Yeah, I mean, it broke out. Yes, broke this and pretty much a retest. Anything above 138 and this continues to look good. Real simple there, right? Cool. Great job. You should have more viewers. Go tell your friends. Tell your friends about me. Yeah, I don't, can't get them all. I'm happy if 5 people are here and we're hanging out. It's fine. All-time high for Bitcoin adoption, but why is the price so low? I would not say we're at an all-time high for Bitcoin adoption. I think we were at an all-time high for Bitcoin adoption about 6 to 8 weeks ago. On-chain metrics show a pretty big exodus out of Bitcoin, certainly from anyone who is new. Like the old wallets are still holding, but new wallets have exited. Seeing hash rate drop by 50%, and a number of wallets is also dropping. So yes, we're seeing more people interested in it, but technically I do not think that we are at an all-time high for Bitcoin adoption. I think that has followed the price to some degree. It's great to be here, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. You're welcome. Just going back through your million comments. So many comments. So many comments. Let me see. Well, kind of ran out there. Almost no one actually uses Bitcoin. People are just speculating on price. Well, that's true and it's not true. Do you consider it using Bitcoin to invest in it and hold it? Yes, the transactions are low, but there's a lot of people buying it to hold it. And that eventually you got to get to a point potentially where people actually use it. But right now, you don't use gold. If it's digital gold, you don't use gold. So, where is the wolf painting? It's in a huge box right there. Yet to be, he's told me it's going to take me like 45 minutes to open it. So I haven't, and I don't have anyone yet to hang it. So I haven't hung it, but there it is in that massive box right there. Wow. Sorry. Cool. Hey, Dave. No, you didn't miss anything. Not a thing. Thoughts on upcoming equities market correction should impact crypto as well. But why do you think it's going to correct? I'm not saying it won't, but I will tell you that for the last 12 years, people have been telling me the stock market's going to correct, and they keep printing money and it keeps going up. So maybe it'll correct at some point, but yeah. Buying and reselling isn't using by my definition. Yeah, I mean, using is making a legal tender in El Salvador and people transacting in it. But let's be real. Stablecoins are better for that. Stablecoins are better than that for that, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it's better than gold. People aren't using that either. So, yeah, it depends. Peer-to-peer cash, it's not happening to a great degree here, but in Nigeria, people use Bitcoin every day for transacting. In Venezuela, they use it every day. It just depends on where you are. Depends on where you are. Hey, it's 2:58 p.m. Basically, my time to exit. I want to thank Cosmos once again for their amazing support all these past months. I'm going to have a video coming out today reviewing the news. So look for that. I think my podcast tomorrow is epic. It's Lynn Alden. Holy shit, she's so smart. And then next week is Jeff Booth and Michael Saylor. Fucking epic 3 episodes in a row. So look for those on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Lynn Alden blew my mind. Michael Saylor I recorded with yesterday. We talked for over 2 hours. We recorded about an hour 40. I wish I had recorded when we were just privately talking for like 30 minutes. If I said 100 words the entire time, I'd be very, very surprised. Very, very surprised. Crazy how much that guy has to say. All right, guys. I really do, though. I need to go. I got things to do. I got places to be. I got stuff to do. I got people to see. So you guys have a wonderful time and a wonderful life. Peace yourself.
That's dope.